Christ. Can you not creep up on me like that? Just, come on. You know, it's all because of that intro, I just don't see you coming. Apologies, but anyway. Welcome to another pay-per-view review from me, Ashley. And this time, we're covering TNA Victory Road. The pay-per-view where 12 months ago, Jeff Hardy became a motherfucking superstar. But anyway. First match that we had, well, we didn't start with a match, we actually started with a promo. Buddy Ray came out and said he was holding the entire pay-per-view hostage unless his match with James Storm was a #1 contenders match. James Storm came out and said, you know, these aren't great terms, but you know what, I'll agree. And I'd say within about 3 minutes, the match was over. Which is good and bad and good at the same time, because it's good because I was actually getting pretty sick of Ray and Storm, and nearly every other week they'd be going at each other. And let it go. Let's just have the feud we want to see. Roode and Storm for Lockdown. Get rid of Bully Ray. That's what they've done. It's bad because it was a short match, but this is where the other good comes in, because you have to take into a fact that apparently at the end of last week, Storm had ankle surgery, minor ankle surgery, and he wasn't going to be fully healed. So the fact that you got him on the pay-per-view in the first place is just as good, you know. Ended with a pretty simple last call, sweet chin music, super kick, whatever you want to call it. Had a quick 3 count and Storm won. Now then, before we got to our second match, an interesting thing went down backstage with Borash being backstage, and Eric Bischoff saying, "Get out, you're not doing this." Which then made me worry, are they seriously bringing one Twitter or Facebook comment into a whole crapload of storyline? Because of the Bischoff, you know, criticising Borash? I don't know. I don't honestly think it was a good move. I think they agree with it, considering for the rest of the night we saw Borash. Also, before we get to the second one, let's talk Twitter. Because clearly TNA thinks they're WWE and they're pushing Twitter like crazy. And they've got logos that say, you know, trending worldwide. You know, trending worldwide, James Storm, trending worldwide, Victory Road. Which I kind of understand. I'm not a huge fan of, but I can certainly see the fact that they have there was a TV screen in the corner behind TNA where there was a live list of what tweets were coming in. That I like, because I've seen it done at loads of events. You know, the game thing I went to last year had one of them. It was pretty cool to look at. The PS Vita thing that I went to last month I think, that had the same thing, and that was pretty cool. That kind of thing is alright. There's no need to just have a graphic that's saying, look, this is trending. We don't want to know what's trending, we want to know individual opinions, and if it comes up on a list, that's cool. So WWE, make sure that there's a list that everybody can see, you know, on your backstage segments, except you don't do many backstage segments anymore. But anyway, We'll jump back into the matches, people. Second was a very good X Division match between Aries and Zemarion. Quite a lot of uses of the hairspray were involved. I mean, there was one nice bit where Aries stole the hairspray and sprayed it all over him. But the hairspray actually came into the climax of the match. Aries managed to spray it in Ion's face, and the epic last chancery submission move made Ion tap out, and Aries is still your champion, which is good to see. You know, I think Aries to me is the CM Punk in that one. Okay, they're both heels, but I'd like to see Aries win more than Ion, because I just don't like the character that they've given him with the "I'll break your neck" because I did it to Jesse Sorensen. Just saying. Then, actually just before that, we saw a little segment showcasing the return of the Motor City Machine Guns coming soon. Now that would be interesting, because Sabin's been out for a while. Shelley we saw come back a few months ago and have a brilliant match with Aries against all odds. And, you know, I'm looking forward to it. Just, I hope it's done at the right time, to be honest. Anyway, match number 3, the TNA tag titles on the line, speaking of tag teams, with Samoa Joe and Brutus Magnus taking on Crimson and Matt Morgan. Well, no, this was interesting because it went exactly the way as I thought it was going to do. Good little tag team match, and then Crimson and Morgan get pissed at each other and unhappy that one's trying to take the spotlight. So Crimson actually spears Morgan and goes out and leaves the ring, while Magnus and Joe do their like double team finisher kind of thing. I think it's head takedown and then a jump off the middle or top for some move with Magnus, and Samoa Joe and Magnus retain. Brilliant. Britain for the win. And as I expected, Crimson's undefeated streak continues at Lockdown when he beats Matt Morgan in a one-on-one match. Yeah, they're bringing that back from Bound for Glory. They've decided, we've waited 6 months, let's do it. Next we had the Open Challenge match with RBE and a mystery opponent. Now at first he was saying, oh, everybody in TNA is scheduled for a match, so they can't face me. And then they went on for a huge bit about, anybody in the audience? No? Okay. The thing's cancelled. And then all of a sudden, Devon comes out. And they're saying, well, I said it was cancelled, so, you know, it's not happening. And Brian Hebner goes, Terry, get out of the ring. Robbie E, get ready. About to ring the bell. So we have the match, and, you know, Robbie T tries to interfere for Robbie E, or Terry, as whatever you want to call him. Didn't work out, and Devon managed to get in his spine buster or whatever is his move. Can't remember. It was a few hours ago. Bear with me. But Devon wins, and we have new TV tag champ. We have a new television champion. I can see that's a good thing, because it gives Devon a chance to go again. I can also see it as a good thing because Robbie E can then have a feud with somebody different, because it seemed like with a tag title he was doing nothing, to be quite honest. I mean, take into consideration, during the match, Robbie E went for a chair and Brooke Hogan was trying to stop him. So I'm wondering if they could involve Robbie E and Brooke Hogan possibly in a match somehow. That would be actually would be interesting to see. We'll see how it works out anyway. But then it also kind of reflects, in a negative way, the status of that TV title. It's done nothing, and in Devon, Hopefully it will do something, but I doubt I'll get my hopes up, because it hasn't gone well so far. But anyway, fifth match was the knockouts match between Madison Rayne and Gail Kim. Again, very nice match. You know, good to see women's wrestling done well, because we haven't seen expert matches in WWE in recent weeks. So, but anyway, Gail Kim won with the I think it was the defeat, and gets the 3 count and retained, which I also thought was going to make sense, because there's no point in pushing Gail Kim as quick as she was pushed by dropping both titles from her within 2 weeks. Next up was your other tag team match, which was Daniels and Kaz versus Styles and Anderson. This was a back and forth, decent tag match. Finish came with Kaz getting AJ did a senton onto him, and then managed to turn it into a Styles Clash and get the win. But it was partially also down to kind of Daniels and Kaz not being there for each other, which I honestly think will lead to probably Daniels and Kazarian and AJ in a triple threat cage match, which will probably be awesome. Well, yeah, I'm not getting my hopes up, but it should be very good. Should be excellent, I'd say. But we shall see in 4 weeks' time. Your penultimate match, should I say, kind of one half of your double main event. Jeff Hardy versus Kurt Angle. This was match of the night. Some great spots by both guys. Hardy with his typical twist of fates and swantons. Angle with his ankle locks and angle slams and belly to back suplexes. The interesting thing is, though, the finish. It actually finished with an angle slam from Angle and Angle winning. Now, I thought, Angle was going to be having to go off to the Olympic trials very soon. I think it's sometime April or May, I think. Early to mid-April, I think it is. But it's interesting to see that they let him go out on top. That's, of course, if he does go out. I'm guessing they're going to find some way to let him out. They aren't going to keep him in storyline while he's trying to do, his own personal stuff. So, we'll wait and see, but I still have to say, excellent match. Very good match. Speaking of very good matches, we get to the main event. Sting versus Bobby Roode. No title on the line, but it is no DQ. And this was basically Sting trying to get revenge on Roode and all his cockiness and his arrogance. And it was a brilliant match. It wasn't as good as the Kurt Angle Jeff Hardy, but it was, not brilliant isn't the right word, but very good. Very good. Great ring work from both guys. Sting showed that he still got it in him. How regularly he can do it at that pace is another question, but it was a very good match tonight, I would say. The finish, I'm trying to remember, was... Oh yeah, how could I forget? It was a very interesting finish. A chair was put down as if Roode was going to powerbomb Sting onto the chair, but Sting got out of it. And then later on, very interesting, Sting went to do a scorpion death drop on Roode, but in doing so, hit his head on the back of the steel chair. It was a really nice spot, because at first I was thinking, did that happen on purpose? Or was that an accident? But then Roode was like, Roode was like, what? What's happened? Rolled him up for the 3 count, and Roode wins. But very nice spot to end. And then it really went weird. Weird in a good way, though. Roode wanted to beat the ever-living crap out of Sting, and then decided, I'll use Dixie as well. Pulled her from the crowd, which I didn't entirely get, but then got some duct tape from underneath the ring. Yeah. In the past few weeks and months, we've seen, tables under the ring, wheelchairs under the ring, but not duct tape yet. The last time we probably saw duct tape was Over the Limit, when... Was it Over the Limit, or... No, it was Backlash, when Cena made Batista tap out. Or say, I quit. That was last time we saw duct tape, I believe. Certainly in WWE or TNA. He duct taped him up to the rope, the bottom rope, tied in the corner. And then went to go for the steel chair, and Dixie got involved, and all the time I was thinking, where's Storm? He could just come out and then they have a stare down, and then perfect build to lockdown. But basically the credits show up when Roode and everything did his all stare down and everything. That's my only gripe. Storm should have come out. That would have made it much better, but I still think that what they were doing was very good, because it was making him, the uber heel. He doesn't care who he has to take out, even if it is Dixie herself. So in that essence, well done from TNA. Overall, score-wise, out of 10, I'll give it an 8, actually. It was very good. All the matches were good. There was no poor matches. You might say the first one was poor, but if you look into the circumstances, it was actually pretty good. The key thing is, though, your 2 main events that they build quite heavily between Hardy and Angle and Sting and Roode were probably the best of the night. I'd put the Hardy Angle just ahead of Sting and Roode, but there were 2 very good matches. Also, the British guy kept his tag title. Yes. Yeah. So 8 out of 10. I'd say that's pretty fair. But what did you guys think? What did you think of the whole Twitter ad thing now trending? I tell you, this video will not trend on Twitter. If it does, I will probably raise my pinky in the air. Macho Man style or something, I don't know. It won't trend on Twitter. It's not that good, probably. But, yeah, what did you think? What was your thoughts on certain matches, certain moments? Which bits did you think were great? Which bits do you think that were crap? Just leave it in the comments below. That'll be pretty decent of you to leave some kind of comment and give your thoughts on the show. Like the video if you like this review. Subscribe if you want to see more wrestling and video game news and opinion and whatever. And who knows, it might be a double review next time, because I'm pretty sure that Billy's going to buy WrestleMania, to be quite honest. We got Rock Cena, the match he's personally looking forward to. The match I'm personally looking forward to is, well, 3 of them. Hell in a Cell, Punk Jericho, and Sheamus Bryan. The Laurinaitis long thing, really don't care about. The Divas thing, don't care about, especially with the fact that the celebrity woman is also on Dancing with the Stars, so she can be available for quite a long time. Great booking there, WWE. Great. And Orton Kane. Orton Kane actually has the workings to be in a good match as well. I'd like if it was no holds barred, but you can't really do that, especially with Undertaker and Triple H going at it tooth and nail, with HBK probably super kicking them both. If that happened, that'd be so awesome. And then he super kicks himself. No, I'm not even going to try and do it. But anyway, yes. I will hopefully see you next time for the next pay-per-view review or whatever. Until then, remember, trending worldwide. This isn't trending worldwide.